Welcome to Winging It. We're playing Arkham Horror, the card game today. This is the Dream Eaters, the waking side, with Tony and Mandy playing opposite Luke and Tommy, who are in the waking side. If you look in the links below, you can see my deck upgrade video coming into this. I'll make one quick note that I lost the campaign log for this campaign. It's actually been a while since I've been able to record, and so I had to go back and review the footage. Since I didn't pull any tablets or any elder things with the other group, I'm assuming the black cat was sent this direction. So to make things just a little bit easier on these two, putting an extra tablet into or a tablet token into the bag, which of course, if you look, has a positive effect. It's +1. The black cat helps you navigate through the death fire. If token is revealed during an investigation and you succeed, draw 1 card. So that could be a nice effect. Anyway, we're going to get on with it. I will go ahead and draw up opening hands. And here is Tony. As a reminder, his other class is he takes events and skills from Guardian. Okay, evidence. We really want to get fighting. This momentum could be helpful. We'll take the easy mark. And I think we'll keep the steadfast, the momentum. And we're going to put the other 2 away and just draw for a card. Or for a weapon. So, okay, well, another easy mark is nice. And an intel report. Okay. Maybe Mandy can help him search for a weapon. The reason I kept those combat boosts is there's that big guy right off the bat. So, we want to be able to do some damage to him. Okay, and Mandy gets to draw 6 cards. She's got 1 copy of Studious. This is a 40-card Mandy deck, and she is playing Survivor, which I've now decided that I like Rogue as my off-class with Mandy, but this was started back before I learned how great Rogue Mandy was. So we're looking for Mr. Rook. We'd like to get a No Stone Unturned, level 5, so we can get Tony his stuff. Okay, well, there's a No Stone Unturned, level 5. We're definitely throwing back Occult Evidence. Pathfinder's good, but really, we're going to throw away everything that's not Mr. Rook or Eureka. Well, we'll keep this. Okay, so 1. Of course, we get an Astounding Revelation. 2, 3, 4. A Surprising Find. Great. Getting all our research cards right out the bat. And another Astounding Revelation. Well, that is just terrible. Unbelievable. 2 Astounding Revelations in our opening, and the only search we got was the search to help Tony get his weapons. But at least I guess he'll be ready to go. I'm irritated. But you know what? Mandy's got her high intellect. She can do this anyway. Can't believe 2 Astounding Revelations though right away. And a Surprising Find. I mean, I got 3 research cards. Alright. So let's look at the agenda and the act. And before I read it, I'll just say that the reason that we're here is we went to the House of the Nameless, and we went upstairs where we went into the Dreamlands looking for our friends. And where we ended up was a sinister realm. The Underworld is a cavernous realm, almost another world unto itself. Its ceiling is so far in the distance that it might as well be a somber, overcast sky. The walls of the cavern are dimly lit by a flickering gray light with no apparent source. You wander through the twisted catacombs in search of a way forward, but you can't shake the feeling that you're being followed. Alright. And we are doing version 2 of this because we do have Randolph Carter in our deck of the act. It's entering the Underworld. You have succeeded in reaching the Dreamlands, but this is not quite what you expected. You are in the Underworld, and it will take you some work to find your bearings in this sinister place. First, after an enemy with 1 or more clues is defeated, take control of each of those clues, and our objective is to find Richard Upton Pickman. So we'll try to find Richard Pickman. Okay, so Mandy is going to go ahead and she's going to spend 2 for a fast to let Tony search his deck. So she's playing, that's No Stone Unturned. And he can use Mandy's ability to pull 2 cards out of his deck, which he will do. So he is going to get Reliable and a Switchblade. So he is definitely set up to fight. Might take one turn to see if I can get an ally in place since he's got those 2 easy marks. Alright, so that was a fast action. I guess Mandy just investigates. She's a 5v3, which is pretty good. As much as I'd like to be looking for search cards, we're just going to investigate at 5v3. Okay, that is the amount of damage on this card, which is no damage on this card. And she gets a clue. She's going to investigate again. 5d3. -2. And she gets another clue. We could flip over that Veiled, but it's not something that I want. It's not something that I want to do right now. So she's just going to take an action to move into the Crag of the Ghouls. Keep on investigating. So Tony is going to play an easy mark to get 2 resources and draw a card, which is Leo DeLuca. Nice. And he will then get a fast trigger on another easy mark to get 2 resources and to draw another card, which is Evidence. So he's doing real well compared to Mandy, who's not getting her cards. So he'll spend 5 resources to play Leo DeLuca. He will spend 2 more resources to play, this is fast, Switchblade with a Reliable on it. Let's see, where are we at? We've taken 2 actions. We have 2 more left because of Leo. We don't want to move into the City of the Gugs, but we'll be ready for it next turn. We will go ahead and just draw a card, which is Internal Injury. Well, that is not ideal. I think we will move here so that Mandy can clear it for us next turn. And then we will take direct damage from Internal Injury. See, you shouldn't say things are going really well. So it's time for Upkeep. Tony will draw another Reliable. Okay. And he will get a resource. And Mandy will draw... Oh! Mr. Rook. Okay. Excellent. And a resource. Excellent. Okay. Now I'm feeling a little bit better, although I still got all those research cards. But whatever. Okay. So we are at 1 of 5 Doom. And Tony will draw a Rotting Remains. So for each point fail by, I gotta take a horror. Well, we can commit a steadfast to this, which is worth 3 willpower. So we're at 2, 3, 4, 5. To beat 3. It's pretty good, yeah. We'll do it. 5 to beat 3. Okay, -1. Pass. And then Mandy. Grasping Hands. We're just going through these tests. Okay, well, she might as well commit this surprising find to that. So that gets her at 4v3. It is -2, so she will take a damage. So, Mandy will spend 3 resources to put down Mr. Rook. She is going to take 2 actions to clear internal injury. And then she will tap Mr. Rook. Hopefully get some stuff going. She's going to look for 9 deep, drawing 2 cards. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay. So, shocking discovery. So nothing else matters. This goes off. Even in a 40-card Mandy, hit it fairly quick. Alright. She will get an encounter card. Let's see what's going to wreck our day. It's a Frozen in Fear. Okay, well that's a blank. Kind of. Given that her turn is over. So, we're going to be testing at 3v3. We do have a lucky in hand. So we might be able to pass this. Oh, and we lose a secret off Mr. Rook. Alright, -1. So, we will spend our 1 to be lucky and pass the Frozen in Fear. Let's hear it for Survivor Mandy. Not so bad, is she? Okay. So Tony is going to go do fun things. First of all, he'll spend 1 of his 3 resources, a fast, reliable, on a Switchblade. Okay, and action 1, he will move into the City of Gugs, which says, see, I guess I haven't been showing all these locations. So this first one they were at, I guess I'll say this, is Vaults of Zin. It is just a 2 clue, 3 shroud, veiled, but we didn't flip it over. Victory 1, so we got that Victory 1. The location that they were just on is this Crag of the Ghouls. Well, I had this all kinds of wrong. Okay, so this is actually the Plane of the Ghouls, is where they're at, which is veiled, and Gug enemies cannot enter the Plane of the Ghouls. If a Gug enemy would spawn at the Plane of the Ghouls, spawn at the City of Gugs instead. And there's only 2 clues here, not the 4 clues that I had. So. Alright, and then, yeah, Tony's moving into this City of the Gugs, which has its 2 clues. It's a Victory Point 1, 2 Shroud. Forced after you enter the City of Gugs, flip it over and resolve the text on its other side. So we will do that. The Kingdom of the Gugs is surrounded by a colossal wall. Inside, cylindrical towers rise high into the mist, each one windowless and made of gray stone, with large looming doorways at the bottom. One black tower stands paramount among the others, rising into the very ceiling of the Underworld. You do not make it very far before you spot the sentry standing guard outside the city's walls, a tremendous creature with huge furry arms and an obscene toothy maw extending vertically through its head. Set aside a Gug Sentinel enemy at this location with 2 clues on it. Test 3 agility. If you succeed, Gug Sentinel enemies enters play exhausted and unengaged. Otherwise, it enters play engaged with you. Flip this card back over. We do not care. So, we're testing 3 agility. We're at 2. So, we don't care if he's engaged with us or not, because we plan to murderize him. Okay, that is +1. The Black Count helps you navigate through the Deathfire. If this token is revealed during an investigation and you succeed, draw 1 card. Well, we're not during an investigation, but it doesn't matter. This guy does exhaust, so gives us some extra time. So he is a 5/2/3. He gets 4 health. There's 2 investigators. After a Gug Sentinel readies, heal 1 horror to each investigator at its location. It's worth noting that would happen even if he was not exhausted during the enemy phase, because as when enemies attack, they do exhaust. So he's always going to be doing 2 damage and 2 horror if he's around to do that. So we do not want to take extra horror from him. So we got to do 6 damage. We may be able to do it. But we'll only take 1 horror if we don't. So he is exhausted. Okay, so our first action was to move in. We got 3 actions. We're going, trying to hit 5. And we are at 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 to be 5. But we got to succeed by 2 in order to do damage. So we're going to commit momentum to this. So we're actually at 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 V5. All right, +1 again. Okay, excellent. So the momentum carries over. So we do 2 damage, and we are at 10 V5 again. Okay, -1. So we still succeed by 2. We get 2 damage. Now we are only going 9 V5. We still have good odds to succeed by 2. Oh, and he's supposed to have 2 clues on him, right? All right, -3, so that is 9, 8, 7, 6. We only succeed by 1, so we do 1 damage to him. Okay, enemy upkeep. He is going to engage. 1 horror on Leo. And it's time for upkeep. So Tony will draw a steadfast. Could have used that last turn. He's at 3. Oh! It's been a while since I have played Tony. I forgot to use his bounty, which I could have totally won with that. So, alright, well, anyway, it's such as life. I'll just, forget what I'm doing. This is what happens when I don't play a campaign for a while. Okay, and then Mandy will draw another surprising find. Wow, these research cards are just killing me. Alright, and she gets a resource. Alright. Can't believe I didn't bounty that guy. Alright, and then, so Tony will get this Hunting Ghast. Okay, so we will put bounty contract on him. He is a 2/2/2, and after Hunting Ghast enters a location with a Gug enemy, ready each Gug enemy at his location and deal 1 damage to Hunting Ghast. So, yeah, he's got his bounty. And then Mandy will grab the Lumbering Gug. Oh, wow, okay. So, but this says what? It says Gug enemies cannot enter the plane of the ghouls. If a Gug enemy would spawn, okay, it's going to go to see a Gug. So this actually spawns on Tony instead. This is not a hunter. I think we're not going to do the thing on him. We're not evading it a lot, though. I think Mandy is going to go first. She's going to get Mr. Rook going 9 deep, looking for 2 cards. We're going to look for something to help us evade that Lumbering Gug, I guess. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Let's see what we got. Alright, we got Eureka. That would help us evade. A shortcut would help us save actions. I do want the Calling in Favors. Oh man. Segment of Onyx too. So many good cards. I do want the shortcut because I want to save actions. Not a single research card among all of these. Oh, she's got a plan. Probably not worth it. Hawkeye Folding Camera would be decent, actually, at this point. I think I will take the Hawkeye Folding Camera and the Eureka. Wonder if I should have grabbed that calling in favors, though. So I got one more charge on Mr. Rook. Okay. So Mandy, action 1, she will move. Action 2, she'll engage the Lumbering Dog. Action 3, she will evade. She's at 3v2. She'll commit the Surprising Find. And I guess, yeah, up by 2 should be okay. Well, no, there's a -3. There's 2 -3s. So I'll go ahead and commit Eureka, even though we don't get to use Mandy's ability on it. It's pretty important that we don't fail this test. So we are at 3, 4, 5 to beat 2 on this evade. Well, I'm glad I did that. All right. So she gets to look at the top 3 and pick 1. Sharp Vision, Segment of Onyx, Shortcut. I'll take the Segment of Onyx. We want to be getting those out pretty quickly. And he is evaded, and he is not ready next turn. Alright, Tony is going to attack the Judge Sentinel for 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, V5. We only have to hit once. Okay, that's -3. If you fail by 2 or more, we don't. So we are at, we're at 9, 8, 7, 6. We succeed by 1. He goes into the victory display, and we get his 2 clues. So. Cool. Into the victory display. We got a victory point. And it may seem silly, but we'll spend 1 clue just to go fast to play Evidence and get a clue off of this location. And then we will attack the Hunting Ghast. This is our free attack. So we are at 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, B2. That's succeed by 2. Okay, amount of damage on that card is 0. So he is dead. And then we get a resource from the bounty. Okay, and then we will move into the Tower of Koth. So this is our second action. Tower of Koth is test 5 to lift the heavy stone trap door at the top of the tower. If you succeed, flip this card over and resolve the text on its other side. So we are testing at 5. We commit Steadfast to be 6, 7, 8. We're at 8B5. Okay, we succeed. So let's flip that over and read the text on the other side. Okay. Step after step, you scale the tower until you reach the heavy trapdoor at the top. When you push the stone aside, a column of bright light pierces through the shaft, blinding you. The surface, you emerge in an area thick with trees and mystical fog. After so many hours spent underground, the cool breeze feels wonderful. Many curious eyes watch you from the surrounding woods. Though you long to stay and explore more of these wilds, you know your true goal lies back down the caverns below the surface. Put this aside, Enchanted Woods, Stone Trap Door into play, revealed. Record your campaign log. The investigators found a way out of the Underworld, and flip this card back over. And I think this is totally cool. I love this mechanic here that we have found the trapdoor location from the first scenario on the other side. So this is here. It's a 2 shroud, 2 clue location, victory point 2. While you're investigating this location, it gets +1 shroud for each card in your hand. So, cool. all Tony has in his hand is an intel report. So, we'll put this just right there. Note that those two are connected. So Tony will move. And then I suppose he will take a resource, and the next turn he should be able to play intel report. Which is cool. Alright. Or he could... Actually, he doesn't need to move there, does he? Yeah. I think it's actually neutral, but he'll stay here. And so he attacked. He moved. Did the trapdoor. And he had one resource to take. Yeah. Okay. I don't remember if I took a resource or not. But anyway. Let's take a resource and then play and teleport. It's the same as moving in there. Okay. Because we can do it from one location away. Alrighty then. So it's Upkeep. This guy does not ready. And Tony will draw. A quick thinking. Nice. And a resource. Through the gates. Hopefully we're not going to hit a Mr. Rook. Ha! Randolph Carter. Goodbye. I don't like you that much anyway. So he's removed from the game. Okay. Oh, this Steadfast is long gone. Alright, we are at 3 of 5 Doom. And Tony gets a... Lit by Deathfire. Each investigator loses one resource. Okay. Well, it's going to take a little bit more actions than I thought. Each investigator... Okay, so they each lose a resource. Not a huge deal. Just it's going to take more action. They're not at a Veil location, so... Okay. And then Mandy... Grasping Hands. We're doing this again. Well, now we got Mr. Rook, who can soak a bit of it. We're not going to commit anything to this. We're just at 3v3. This has the ability... This could hurt us a little bit. But I guess better her than Tony. Although Tony has more damage, so... -3, so she takes 3 damage. That does hurt. So we're at 1, 2, and 3. Oh man. Okay. So we are going to have to evade this Lumbering Gug again, which is less than ideal, I think. Tony is going to action to get 2 resources, and then he'll play 6 resources to play Intel Report to get these 2 clues for the 2 victory points. So resource, and they did that, and then he'll move here. That Lumbering Gug is going to come back. So Mandy doesn't need to move away. We just need to make sure we draw enough cards that she can evade him next turn. So she will go ahead and Mr. Rook, looking for 2. Going 9, looking for 2. Okay, well, we got the Calling in Favors. We definitely want that. Surprising Find is something we can commit to our next test. Unless, well, let's see what else we got. Yeah, we'll go ahead. Surprising Find. If you haven't seen this, the way it works is you put it into your play area. You must commit to the next eligible skill test you perform. If that test is successful, draw 1 card. So that's pretty good. And we will grab the Calling in Favors. And Segment of Onyx. So we can get that out there. So, okay. So this actually gives me a plan to not have to deal with the Lumbering Gug. So I think I have that Hawkeye folding camera, right, that I grabbed. No, it's fine. Okay, she's going to investigate, and she has to commit that surprising find. She's at 5-6, and Tony will commit the quick thinking. She's at 72. I was thinking I didn't want to do this because I wanted to get the Hawkeye folding camera down, but we'll worry about it later. Okay, -1. So, she gets to win this. Okay, if that's successful, draw 1 card. So she gets to draw a card, which is a Pathfinder. Also want that in play. Okay, and then she gets this clue, but Tony gets to take an action right away because of quick thinking, and he'll move out of there so that now we don't have to deal with the lumbering Gug. So Mandy will move forward. That's her second action because she didn't investigate, and then she'll take a resource because we want to be able to get the Hawkeye folding camera into play. Or do we just investigate? I think we just investigate. So she'll investigate. She's at 5, and we'll commit the Astounding Revelation to be 6v4. Okay, that is +1. Oh, if you still revealed during an investigation and you succeed, draw 1 card. Excellent. Card draw is wonderful. So we succeed, we get this clue, and we draw 1 card. Which is another Hawkeye folding camera. Oh, if only I could get both of those down, huh? Alright. That's it for them. We're at 4. And Tony will draw. Okay, test 3 willpower. For each one you fail by, you must choose one. Place one of your clues on location. Place one of your clues on the nearest enemy. Or take 1 damage. Well, he has no cards to commit to this. We could commit. We're just going to take 3 damage. I mean, actually, we don't mind getting rid of some of our clues. Yeah, we'll just tank this. It's fine. Alright, we're going to get 2v3. +1, I've driven that a lot, so actually we pass. Yes, some days you just get super lucky. This is for that tentacle that Zoe and Daisy drew. The multiple tentacles that they drew in that hard campaign. Alright, we got another Frozen in Fear. This doesn't actually matter for reasons. Okay. So this is kind of a sad way to do this, actually. So what I'm thinking about is I want to calling in favors. I want to get and potentially hit an art student, but I'd like to get a Hawkeye folding camera down first. So I don't mind actually going a little bit slow right now. So we will take a resource. We will spend 2 resources and put Hawkeye folding camera down. So Tony will draw a card, and he gets this silver key and a resource. Yeah, and Mandy should have had 2 resources. Okay, so we're walking this back. Because she would have gotten a card and a resource, which she gets, look what I found. And a resource. Okay. Yeah. And then we draw those encounter cards. So we'll spend the 2 for the Hawkeye folding camera. That's actually 1. Okay, action 2, we will commit the astounding revelation to be 2 up on this investigate. Okay, no amount of damage on the card is 0. She gets this clue, and so we get a charge on the hot folding camera, or an evidence. What is it? Yeah, evidence. All right, cool. And then we can flip this over. And we get a strange ghoul. Okay, if the investigators possess fewer than 6 clues, we have plenty of clues. So we'll spend 3 from each. Having spent considerable time exploring the upper layer, you understand the ghoul's nature a bit more. They are more welcoming than their kin have been in the past, speaking to you in grunting monosyllable-ish English. As you consider your options, you are approached by one of their kind who still wears human clothing. Unlike the rest, he is able to communicate with you perfectly. With an air of authority and wisdom about him, he demands to know why you have come to this place. So you spend 6 clues, as we just did, advance the act, flip this card back over. Okay. Alright, so we advance the act. Randolph, even though he is removed from the game by Through the Gates, gives a shout of recognition as the ghoul approaches. He and the creature shake hands and converse for a short while, after which he introduces you. This is the ghoul I spoke to you about. He is an old friend of mine and has offered to guide us through the Underworld. He has some dire news, however. Randolph goes on to explain. Strange happenings have been occurring within the Underworld. He tells of dark forces spreading throughout the veil below the plane of the ghouls, vile weavers that crawl along the cavern walls, and of a terrible howling cry that penetrates through the realm. All of it, he says, emanates from one place, an ocean of pitch in the realm's deepest layer. Choose an investigator to take control to set aside Richard Upton Pickman's story asset. For the remainder of the scenario, if Richard Upton Pickman leaves play, remove him from the game. Put each set aside Veil location into play. Find each card from the Striking Fear encounter set, even if they are out of play. Remove them from the game. Shuffle the set aside Terror of the Veil and Nightgaunt's encounter sets into the encounter deck along with the discard pile. So before I do all the setup, we'll just go look at Richard Upton Pickman. So he is an asset. He has a free trigger, exhaust him, and choose a ghoul enemy location, attach it to him face down. You can also take an action to exhaust him and fight. You attack with a base of 5. Instead of the standard damage, this attack deals damage equal to the number of face down encounter cards attached to Richard Pickman. He's a 3 damage soak. Because he's a big 3 damage soak, and because he is gives Mandy a way to fight, we're going to go ahead and give him to Mandy. Alright, I am going to do all the changes that the other changes talked about, including removing this Frozen in Fear, and I will be right back. And welcome back. We are now onto the descent. The way to the veil below is treacherous. You will have to climb down from a place Pickman calls the Crag of the Ghouls, where the creatures cast discarded remains of their macabre meals. You can only imagine what the depths might be like. Forced, after an enemy with 1 or more clues on it is defeated, take control of each of those clues. Objective: find the way to the Sea of Pitch. You will be instructed when to advance. Okay. Alright, and so the kind of relevant, the next location that we're looking at here is, it's a 3-shroud, 4-clue, Veiled. The first treachery drawn during the Mythos phase by an investigator at this location gains Surge. So, it's kind of gross. You don't really want to mess with that. So, we'll go in there in a bit. Mandy has 1 turn, 1 action left. I think we're going to take a little bit of time. We'll get a resource, and then we can go in and, it'd be nice to get Pathfinder down, actually. I don't know. We might hit an Astounding Revelation. I think I want to play Calling in Favors for the other Mr. Rook. That's the idea. So, anyway, we'll spend a resource, or we'll take a resource for her last action. It is time for Upkeep. And, okay, Tony will get his Long Colt. Mandy will get a Test of Will. Okay, so if we have a really nasty Treachery. Interesting enough, she's at 8 cards now. Alright, so we are looking at this advances. A sudden wave of pain and nausea passes over you, and for a brief moment it seems the very fabric of reality is tearing apart. The feeling passes quickly, but it's obvious that something is not quite right. Shuffle the encounter discard pile into the encounter deck, which it doesn't have to because we just did, and place 1 damage on the scenario reference card. So, I guess I will put it here. And then we are on to this, which is beset by monsters. As you continue to explore, the creatures of the underworld grow agitated and begin to pursue you as if compelled by some unseen force. Hint, the game will not necessarily end when this unit advances, but the stability of reality will continue to unravel. Alright, so we do not want to take too long. You know, I was going to put the damage on the agenda because it just messes with my card cam having it over there. Okay, so we're drawing counters now. Tony will draw Hunting Night Gaunt. Okay, well, I guess that's a thing. We will put a bounty on Hunting Night Gaunt. And then Mandy will get... Okay, Lit by Deathfire. Each investigator loses 1 resource. Did I forget to draw? She should have taken a resource, right? But she did draw a Test of Will. Yeah. So, alright, so each loses a resource. Don't care that much. Oh, Mr. Rook only has 1 damage, right? Did I put 2 damage on him? I couldn't have, because it would have killed him, and I would not have done that. So that we did take 3 damage earlier. So we will just say that we put it on Mandy. So that I don't have to go back and retcon a bunch of stuff. Okay. The Hunting Night Gaunt is pretty easy to deal with. The issue is, do I want to go in and deal with the Crag of the Ghouls? I think I do. If I get super lucky, maybe I'll get a lot of clues there. Alright, so Mandy will go action 1, she'll move in. Action 2, she's going to spend a resource. I'm doing this here in case I manage to hit the Arch Student. So we're going to play Calling in Favors. We're going 9 deep to find 2. We're pulling Mr. Rook back into our hand. We're 9 deep. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Hoping to find our other Mr. Rook. We do, so he'll go into play, which is nice. Maybe we'll get an Art Student as well. We do not, so we don't get a free clue. But, oh, we do get a free clue from Occult Evidence, which goes into her hand. So we do get a free clue from that. So that's at least something. Okay. Favors is done, and we have 3 charges on Mr. Rook, or 3 secrets on Mr. Rook. So I think we will go ahead and exhaust Mr. Rook because we could get a deduction. If we get a deduction, well, there's a potential we could get a deduction and an astounding revelation, which will allow us to play. Well, I don't think there's any way we can get all the clues, but still try. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. You can only grab 1 card. Okay. Well, we can get this segment of Onyx, but can we pay for it? I feel like I Crack the Case is better right now. That's weird. Oh, we wanted to get the deduction. I'm going to take the correct case anyway, since there's no way to get all the clues this turn. Okay, and we're just going to have to deal with doing 2 treacheries. Alright, and she's going to investigate at 5v3. We'll go 6v3, committing occult evidence. 6v3, occult evidence. Okay, that's -1. There's 1 damage, so we get a clue. Alright, we can probably pick up both clues next turn. And then we'll have a nice powered up camera. Alright, so what have we got? Tony will take his free fight action at the Hunting Night Gaunt. So we are at 93. What is that? Reveal another token. If you fail, you have to draw top card of the encounter deck. Okay, well we don't fail. We do 2 damage. Hunting Night Gaunt. That was our free action. Now we're doing a real action. Okay. Again, with the 0. Hunting Night Gaunt. It's dead. And we get a resource from our bounty. Okay, we will move. This is our second action. Third action, we can investigate. And Mandy will commit. Look what I found. So he is up by 2. He's at 5v3. Reveal another token. That is -3. We do not throw by 2 or more, but we do have to draw the top card of the encounter deck. Should have gone up by 3. I forgot about that. Okay, and we get the Slithering Dole. Spawn to the nearest location with an attached Dole tunnel. Otherwise, shuffle Slithering Dole back into the encounter deck and it gains Surge. Okay. Cool. Ancient Evils. Well, that was a very unprofitable investigation. Alright. So I think he will investigate again. I think Mandy will go ahead and pitch Art Student in, and he will pitch in the Silver Key. That gets him 3 up, because we learned from our mistakes. So we're at 6v3. Okay, +1. We have to draw a card. He will draw Tony's Quarry. Okay, goes way back here. The Doom. And this. And a bounty. And that's just not ever going to happen. We're just going to treat that like an Ancient Evils. Alright. So, we did get the clue though. Very unsatisfying. Alright. We are at 3 of 4 Doom. And Tony will draw a Lucky Cigarette Case. That would be nice to get into play. And a resource. He has 3 resources. And he has to... and then it's Mandy. We'll get... she's got a plan. Not enough resources to do anything with it. Oh, so I advanced the Doom early, but... man, I'm just... I must have not played this game in a while. Okay, now we're doing encounters. We are at 3 of 4 Doom. And he's going to get Wings of Darkness, which he's going to fail. Take a damage and a horror. He's going at 2v4. Okay, actually, this is first treachery drawn gains a surge. So Mandy is going to spend 1 resource to test a will this. Oh, it cancels the revelation effect, but it doesn't cancel. You know what? Oh, man. So it's still surge. It's going to end up being a lot of damage for Tony, which I guess he doesn't care about. All right, we won't test a will this. Okay, we're just going at 2v4. -3, if you fail by 2 or more, choose a ready enemy at your location or connecting location and enemy moves to your location. Okay, well, there's nothing like that, thankfully, because that Gug is 2 locations away. We do take a damage and horror, and we move to the peaks up there. So we will take a damage on Leo and a horror on Tony. And just to be clear, what this does, so when it has a test 5 agility to attempt to scale the treacherous peaks. If you succeed, flip this card over and resolve the text on the other side. Not going to happen. He's at 2 agility. And then forced, when you leave the peak stock, you must test 2 agility to climb down safely. If you fail, take 1 damage. So that's going to be an automatic damage failure for Tony. Alright. But he can handle it. Alright, and then that card gains Surge because of the effect over there. Okay, so he gets a Hunting Night Gaunt, which we will put a bounty contract on. And then Mandy will draw. Okay, so we're just going to say Willpower. We have to choose one of these, and remainder, each investigator gets -2 to the chosen skill. So, cool. Alright. Mandy's going to go ahead and Mr. Rook. Going 9 deep, taking 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Oh, I forgot there's another occult evidence in here. But I'm going to take the Astounding Revelation because I want the resources. So, 3 resources. And we will take the Segment of Onyx. Maybe the Curiosity, just for generally beating Willpower. Yeah, I'll grab the Curiosity. Okay. Actually, we're probably just going to commit that. I should have used the Sharp Vision, but whatever. Okay, we will spend first action, so I'll spend 2 of those resources to go down. Another Hawkeye folding camera. Second action, she will investigate, committing Curiosity, which we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 cards in our hands. So it's worth 3 Military Columns, which is at 5, 6, 7, 8 to beat 3. Okay, that's -2. So we get the clue. We will play Crack the Case. To get 3 resources. Which feels good. And then we will flip this over. Crack of the Ghouls. This is looking out over the barren vale. You get a sense for the threats that dwell below. Underneath the plateau on which you stand, a forest of obscene pale fungi extends for miles. Beyond that is a great heap of bones, like an ocean pouring forth in all directions. You swear you can see something crawling or worming its way along the surface of the bones, but perhaps it's just your imagination. In the distance, great sharp peaks of stone loom over the vale. Black winged creatures fly around the summits, searching for prey. You see no sign of this ocean of pitch Pickman described, though you do notice a wide cavern opening along the wall of stone to the right of the vale below. With the top 4 cards of the investigator encounter deck, you may discard up to half of those cards. Return the rest of to the top of the encounter deck in any order. For the remainder of the game, ignore the text on the Crag of Ghouls. Flip this card back over. So it just means you don't get extra encounter cards for being here. So we get to look at the top 4 cards in the encounter deck and discard 2 of them. But I don't think it matters actually, because I think we advance anyway. I'm just going to shuffle the cards back in. But we'll do it because it's fun. So we have this Unexpected Ambush. Take 1 if there are no enemies in play. Take 1 damage in horror. Otherwise, that's 4. Okay. We have these 2 Dull Tunnels and a Ghoul minion. Well, we want the Ghoul minion. We'll just discard the 2 Dull Tunnels. And, yeah. We will put these 2 back. But I think it doesn't matter because I think we shuffle the encounter deck anyway. Okay, so we do get Hawkeye Folding Camera. So, yeah, we cracked the case. So we played the Hawkeye Folding Camera. We did the Investigate. I think we spent 3 resources to play Pathfinder. And then we will Pathfinder into here. So this is the Sea of Bones. It is a victory point 1. There are 2 clues, 2 shroud, forced. After you discover 1 or more clues, the Sea of Bones, flip it over. So cool to that. Alright, and now it's Tony's turn. Tony will take his free attack on the Hunting Night-Gaunt. 93. Okay, that's -4. Still succeeds by 2. Still takes 2 damage. Okay. 94. Or 93. That is +1. Okay. And we get the bounties comes off. We get a resource, which is nice. That's our first action. Second action, we will move from here. We have to test 2 agility. We're going even. Okay, that's the amount of damage on this card, which is 1. Take a damage. Okay. So that was our second action. Third action, we will spend 2 resources to play the Lucky Cigarette Case. I guess we'll just put it on Charisma. Gregory Gry doesn't seem to be making an appearance in this scenario. Okay, and for our last action, I guess we'll just draw a card. We'll get another Leo, the non-upgraded Leo. Okay, we get cards and resources, so get a quick thinking. And a resource. Mandy will get an art student. There she is. And a resource. Now, thanks to Tony's query, the agenda will advance. Okay. Again, you are shaken by a sudden feeling of instability as the reality shifts and bends around you. The wave is more intense than before, and it seems to originate from the sea of pitch in the depths of the underworld. Each investigator must discard one card at random from his or their hand, or lose 2 resources. Shuffle the encounter discard pile into the encounter deck. Place 1 damage on this scenario reference card. Then, if there are 5 or more damage tokens, go to R2. Otherwise, flip the agenda back over. So, we are now at 2 damage. Again, tracking it up here for presentation purposes. It's 2 resources or 1 card at random, right? Check again. Good. 2 resources or 1 card at random. I don't think Tony cares about his card. No, Tony will lose the 2 resources. Mandy would not want to lose a segment of Onyx. Yeah, so she's going to lose 2 resources. I should have played the segments of Onyx. That really hurts. Okay. And then we gotta shuffle this in. Alright, and encounters. Okay, this is the test 3 willpower. For each point you fail by, you must either place one of your clues in your location, place one of your clues on the nearest enemy. Okay. Or take a damage. Whatever, we can handle some damage. We are at 2v3. Each point you fail by, we fail by 3, so it takes 3 damage. Mandy with this one. Okay, well, we are going to say, I guess, willpower. Too hard. Okay. Do we care about Mr. Rook right now? Yeah, it would be nice. Oh, well, we don't really have any economy cards, but we might get a cracked case. I don't remember if I have 2 cracked cases in here or not. Well, Mr. Rook. We'll go. 12 teeth. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12. Looking for 1 card. Which will be the correct case if we've got it. I suspect maybe we don't even have one in this. Okay. Well, we'll just grab deduction. Having trouble getting the segments of Onyx in play because of our economy. We were set to do it. Alright, so we will investigate. We're at 6 because of the Hawkeye folding camera. 7v2, and we should be able to get both of these clues unless something really bad happens. So 7v2. Okay, well, that's the start of something really bad happening. But we only down 2, so we succeed. We get both clues, which is going to power up her Hawkeye folding cameras even more. Now she's just investigating at 7, which is pretty cool. Okay, and now we have to flip this over. At its insistence. Traversing this cabin of cadavers and monstrous remains is laborious enough, but the churning and digging below the surface that causes you to hate this awful place. What sort of monstrosity could span the entirety of this ocean of bones? Your answer presents itself as you come across a great pit in the ravine. It is swallowing bones and scrapes off rotten meat like a whirlpool. When you reach the base of the tunnel and realize its true purpose, a shudder courses through you. It was made by an enormous creature, the thing that dwells below the sea of bones. There's no dull tunnel at this location. Search the encounter deck and discard pile for a dull tunnel and attach it to this location, if able. Shuffle the encounter deck. If the slithering dull is in play, move it to this location and add 2 clues to it. Otherwise, search the encounter deck and discard pile in victory display for slithering dull and spawn it at this location, exhausted with 2 clues on it. Flip this card back over. So, we're going to get a dull tunnel and a dull. So there's the slithering dull. He spawns the nearest location. We don't have to worry about the spawn location yet. But while slithering dull is moving, all locations attached dull tunnel are considered to be connected to one another. He's a 3/5/3. He's a victory 1. And of course, we'll be putting a bounty contract on him. He comes in exhausted. Then we need the dull tunnel. What is this? If slithering dull is in play, it moves and attacks as if it were at the enemy phase. It's on Revelation. Otherwise, attach dull tunnel to a location at least 2 connections away from the nearest dull tunnel. Then, if slithering dull is in the victory display, spawn it at its attached location exhausted. But none of that happens right now. He just comes here because this is where we found him. So we know that there's a dull here. Okay, so he's exhausted, thankfully. So Mandy can just get on with her life. Mandy will then Pathfinder into the Veil of Nath, which is a 4-shroud 2-clue location. It's veiled while there are clues remaining. Investigators at Veil of Nath cannot play cards or commit cards to skill tests. So this is a bad location to be until we clear it of clues. But we are at a 74, which is pretty good. So we're going to investigate at 74. Alright, that is Black Cat. Man, Black Cat is helping a lot. Which I'm not complaining about. Okay. We get a curiosity, which is good. And a clue. And we're going to investigate one more time. -2. So she gets this last clue. And we can flip this over. Okay. The investigators possess at least 6 clues. We do. You venture out into the dark veil and attempt to map out your surroundings. With the knowledge you have accumulated, you know that the source of the disturbance within the underworld cannot be in this region. There must be another pathway, perhaps a cavern or tunnel, that leads from the veil to a place even deeper beneath the surface of the Dreamlands. As you approach the great stone wall at the far end of the veil, you pick up a foul scent, like sulfur and tar. You follow the stench until it leads you to a wide hole in the wall. The investigators must spend 6 clues as a group, advance the current act, and flip this card back over. So, we'll spend 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Forgot this guy's supposed to have 2 on him. Okay, we're advancing this act. The hole becomes narrower and narrower as you make your way through to the other side of the stone wall. When you finally emerge, you find yourself at the shore of an ominous ocean of pitch-black tar. Webs of glowing violent energy spread across the surface, filling you with an uneasy dread. Could this be related to the horrors you witnessed in St. Mary's Hospital?
Just as you are beginning to wonder what to do next, you discover several rowboats of black wood moored in a nearby cove. The hull of each is carved with a strange insignia. Is this luck or providence? Either way, you are determined to set out across the sea and trace this magnet to its source. Put each set-aside depth location into play, shuffle the set-aside descent into pitch and agents of Lashanaka, and counter sets into the encounter deck along with the discard pile. Alright, so
I will be right back as I do that.
as you traverse the tar-like sea of pitch, you begin to discern patterns in the unearthly web that glows beneath its surface. Force if an enemy with one or more of its clues is defeated, place those clues on this act. So your investigators don't get those clues anymore. Objective: find the source of this distortion. You will be instructed when to advance.
So we have added in new encounter cards. There's 2 VP enemies in there. I don't know if we'll get them. And then all of these Sea of Pitch here are all connected to each other and to this Veil of Nath. Alright, so Tony has got his action still. Take his free action to attack the Slithering Ghoul. He's at 93. Okay, that is a 0. So he succeeds by 2. He gets tapped. He makes a right case to draw a card, which is nice. Take the initiative. And that is 2 damage on the Slithering Ghoul. Okay, he will now take his first actual action. Minus 2. That's 2 more damage. Second actual action. Okay, and that's so its damage is minus 2. So it is dead. I only needed to do 1 anyway. So these clues go on the act. He gets a bounty. Let's go into the victory display, but it may come back. And we have 2 actions left. So we'll move here, and then we'll move on to the Sea of Pitch. Alright, there we go. So now we have Upkeep. Tony will get an easy mark. Good to get some resources, or 3 resources. We can get his Long Colt out, which we may very well want. Mandy will get another Pathfinder. No chance for getting that out. Choose to drop a card. We are not going to be playing Art Student, so we'll just drop the Art Student. Okay. Get a resource, and then we're putting 1 Doom on this agenda. And encounters. Okay. We get a Pitch Spider at any Sea of Pitch location. Swarming is the amount of damage on the scenario reference card, which is 2, so we will do 1 and 2. And we will put one of our bounty contracts on this spider. It's a 2, 1, 4. Let's see, yeah, I guess. And you can either take damage or horror from that guy. Alright. And then Mandy will get this. Okay, well again, we'll choose willpower. Tony will spend 3 resources with his Leo action to play his Long Colt with 3 ammo. Then action will move, and these guys will engage him. They're free. No, he's not. Well, I guess yeah, it's fine. Free action. Oh, they should have been on the Sea of Pitch, but whatever. Okay. Confused space. Okay, taking his free attack action with the Switchblade at 92. Okay. -2. We do 2 damage. Kill both of them. And then we will use his long Colt to go at 5/6. Me too. Taking ammo off the long Colt. Okay, that is +1. Okay. So we get the contract back. We get a resource. And it is dead. So let's see. We played long Colt. We moved. We shot twice. And we got his free action, right? Yeah, so we have 1 action left. We'll go ahead and play Easy Mark to get 2 resources and draw a card. Screwy Gray. Okay. Maybe a little late. Maybe. Alright, Mandy. We'll Pathfinder in. She will investigate at 7v2. Okay. -2. She gets a clue. Again, investigate 7v2. -2. Then we're not going to flip it over because it might end the game, and we actually would like to get a Great Weaver out if possible for victory points. So we'll take a resource and then spend those 2 resources to put out 2 segments of the Onyx. Okay. It's time for Upkeep. Tony will draw another Long Colt. Resource. Mandy will draw Unexpected Courage. And a resource. So we can get the King and the Queen out. Alright. We're at 2 Doom. And we get this Grasping Hands. Not too happy about that. We'll commit, take the initiative. So we are at up by 2 on this Grasping Hands. Zero. We pass. Okay. Whew. Okay, we get a Hunting Ghast. This is not one of those things that Pikmin can deal with. So, Tony will put his on it. Alright, so Tony will deal with that first, I suppose. Action 1, he'll move in. Free action. He will use his Long Colt. Six feet 2. That is -3. He's dead. He gets the bounty contract back. He gets a resource and is dead. He's got the 2 actions left. He will spend. No, he's got 3 actions left. He'll spend 3 for Gregory Gry. So, got some horror soak at least. The cigarette case is still up here somewhere. We'll just put it here. And he gets, we'll just put some resources on him. 3, 6, and 9. Gregory. Not that we need lots of money. He's just a placeholder really for Delilah. Third action will move here. And fourth action will investigate, committing Tony's long colt, I guess. I don't remember if I succeeded by 2 or not on that guy drawing a card. But anyway, we're at 3, 4, 5 to beat 2. Okay, it's -3. We do pass. We get a clue. Alright, and that's his turn. Okay, Mandy will spend 1 to put out another segment of the Onyx, which becomes the Pendant of the Queen. With 3. It's charges, right? And then she will Pathfinder into this location. She will investigate at 7v2. We'll go one more round of victory point hunting. Okay, -2. Just got a clue. 72. +1. That's cool. And then she will Pendant of the Queen. Grab a clue from here. She's got 1 action left, right? She'll just move here, and then we can finish it out next turn, probably. Alright, so that's the end. Tony will take the initiative. And a resource. Mandy will get... She's got a plan. And a resource. 3 doom. And Tony will draw a pitch spider. Okay. Put it here with 2 swarm. And Mandy will draw. Oh, this is unfortunate. Okay, a Slithering Doll is in play. It moves and attacks as if it were, yeah. So, we can put it anywhere. 2 locations away from there. We'll just put it right on Tony and bring it back out exhausted. And of course he will put his on it. So, I guess we kill that first. And then we start revealing locations. Because it would be nice if we could do this with only 2 damage left. Okay, so Tony goes first. He will attack the Slithering Doll with a Switchblade, 9d3. And it's free action. That's +1. It's 2 damage to it. Doing it again. Oh, actually, and we'll do the Larky Cigarette case to draw a card, which is another Gregory Gry. Remind me, we'll put 3 resources into this test at 9v3. That's 0. So we get the 3 resources from Gregory Gry, and we do 2 damage to this guy, and then we will take a shot with our Long Colt at 5, 6v3. Have I been saying 6v3? I may have been saying 5v3, but it's 6v3. So we're not going to grind here. There's no reason to. -1. Okay. So it's dead. Back into the victory display. And we get our bounty back. We get another resource. What do we do now? We took a fight. Free fight and then 2 fights. We have 2 actions left. Mandy will tap the Pendant of the Queen. Let's take this clue and then go ahead and reveal this. Okay, we can look at the side of another copy of Sea of Pitch. Move this over. Okay. So we will look at this one. Okay, this is the one where we win. So there is one of these that would potentially spawn a Grey Weaver. But I guess, do we want to do that? Kind of do. Not gonna lie. Alright. He'll move here. He's got 1 action left. So I'll just draw a card. So watch this. Okay, Mandy will investigate. 7B2. Oh, auto fail. Okay. So investigate. 7B2. Has -2, she gets this clue. And actually I should have powered up these cameras last time. I think we will just take a resource, and that way we can play I've Got a Plan. So, we have good odds. Actually, we should be able to spawn that Grey Weaver. Alrighty then. Upkeep. 20 will get a Vicious Blow. Resource. Mandy will get a Lucky. And a resource. Alright. Agenda advances. We have to put another damage on. And I believe, do we shuffle the encounter deck? We do, right? We shuffle the encounter deck. Shuffle this back in. Tony has no problem losing 2 resources. Let's see if we can put a damage on the standard reference card though. So he'll lose 2 resources. I guess makes that. No, just lose these 2. Mandy will lose a card. And she will lose. I've Got a Plan, but she's got another plan. Alright, and then encounters. Tony will get. Oh no, a D-hole tunnel. Well, we can put it here. Or it has to be 2 locations away. Right? Well, that's unfortunate, actually. I guess we have to put it here. And he's exhausted. And he's a victory point. Alright, well, Tony will do his thing on that. And then Mandy will get an Ancient Evils. Okay, no big deal. Alright, well, I guess Tony needs to go kill that guy. Mandy doesn't want to flip anything over because she doesn't want to have to deal with accidentally getting thing. BP hunting is killing me. Alright, so Tony moves action 1, action 2, action 3, free attack. Let's see, we'll commit Vicious Blow and a Quick Thinking. And we'll put 3 resources from Gregory Gry into this. And for Grins, we'll put Watch This into that, committing 3 resources on Watch This. This is such a rogue thing to do. So we're at 9, 10, 11, 12. To beat 3. Alright, it's -3. We succeed by 1, so we get those resources. We get those 3 from Gregory Gry. We get an extra action. We do 3 damage. That was our, so we, action 1, action 2, action 3. We did a free, and then we'll swing for our last action at 9v3. He has -1. Okay, so he's back into the picture display. I think that's all the dual tunnels. So we get our VP back. And Mandy suddenly has all the resources she needs. I don't want to reveal this location, so we're just going to draw a card. Which is a Eureka. It's nice. And then I guess she'll just take two resources. Alright. It's time for Upkeep. Okay, we get a Derringer that we don't care about. And a resource we also don't care about. Mandy will get... Apologies, I had a little blip there. I'm not sure how much I missed. But we just took 2 Doom on this agenda, and we are drawing encounter cards. Okay, we get a Hunting Ghast. Goes on to Tony, who doesn't have any of his contracts left. And then Mandy will get Whispers of Hypnos. Again, we'll do Willpower. Okay, Mandy's just going to reveal this card. Let's see what it is. It is... Okay. Though there is no wind in the dark caverns of the underworld, enormous maelstroms of pitch attack your vessel from all sides. You struggle to remain in control of your boat as the whirlpool hurls you into pandemonium. Set aside all the clues from each sea of pitch aside. Discard all other tokens and attachments from sea of pitch. Flip this card back over and shuffle the positions. Investigators remain in their current position. Okay. Distribute each of the Okay, so there's no clues. We do shuffle all these up so we don't know which one's which. We get rid of this dull tunnel because it's an attachment. Alright, discarding until we find a spider enemy. There's the ghouls we would have liked to have had. Grey Weaver. There we go. Okay, Grey Weaver spawned on her. Alright, so the Grey Weaver, as a reminder, is a 4/5/3. Okay. So she cannot take move actions. She doesn't care. Okay. So she will spend 3 resources to play. I've got a plan. Attacking with her intellect. She's at 5, 6, 7 to beat 4. 8, 9 to beat 4. Actually, we'll just use Eureka. 8 to beat 4. This will do 4 damage. Okay, that is the amount of damage on this card, which is -3. She gets to look through the top 3 cards and draw 2, which will do 1, 2, 3. And yeah, shortcut. It's fine. Guess we'll do shortcut and sharp vision. Yeah, I guess she'll just play shortcut for no good reason to move into this location, and these guys will all come on her. Because we know that's for the end location, and then she'll pass the rest of her turn. So Tony is going to attack at 9v2 on the Sinking Gas for his first action. Oh, wait, does he have enough actions to do this? He doesn't. One, two. Yeah, he can attack. 1, 2, 3, 4. No, he doesn't. Okay, so he will move, killing off Gregory Gry, taking damage and horror from the Hunting Ghast. Then he will move again, taking a horror and a damage. He will move again, taking a horror and damage. And he will attack at 9v4. He's got to land at 2 damage. No, this thing already has 4 damage on it. Let's see. We should have 4 damage on it, but I've got a plan. Alright. So, we are at 9v4. We just have to land a hit, so 9v4 is good. Draw another one. -1. Okay, cool. We hit it for 2. The Grey Weaver goes into the victory display. We will reveal this. Okay. If you possess at least 6 clues, we do. You row further out into deeper, darker waters, but there is no sign of any other shore. Under the surface of the black tarry liquid, you can see a series of glittering stars, like an unknown constellation beckoning you forward. If you didn't know any better, you would think it was a reflection of the sky above, but there is no sky in this dark realm. You lean over the edge of your boat and nearly vomit from the sensation of vertigo that assaults you. It must be hundreds of miles deep and filled with horrors beyond your imagination. And yet, you know what you must do. So we spend our 6 clues as a group, flip this card back over, and advance the current act. That is this. A pit of fear grows in your chest as you gaze into the thick, dark waters. This is the source. Whatever is below the surface of this sea, it holds the answer to everything that has transpired thus far in the waking world. Perhaps you can even find a way to save your friends, or perhaps the ocean will simply swallow you alive. You have no way of knowing for certain. You stand and take a final breath, clenching your fist tightly. Then take a leap of faith. And we get R1. We have 3 damage on the scenario reference card. Not too bad. And for victory points, we get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8, 9, 10, 11 victory points. So that'll be useful to get some fun cards. Well, that was fun. I hope you enjoyed it. We are, I'm still, as of right now, we don't know when we're getting the last pack for this cycle, but at least Luke and Tommy, I have theirs that we can be playing, and hopefully we'll be getting that up shortly. So thanks for watching, and I will see you next time on Winging It.